Alright guys, so I'm going to try to speed up an Archer D1x trail, see if it can shift a little quicker. If you've seen one of my previous videos, I actually did a comparison between this and a SRAM Axis rear derailleur. The Axis was way quicker than the D1x trail. And on that video, I showed you on the inside here how the D1x works. You can kind of see inside of there. Let's see, you can see right there. Alright, so as you move through the gears, you can see it pulling the cable there. It's just a threaded bar that looks like in there, and the motor is pulling it through. So as you see, it's moving a certain distance. Alright, so what we're going to do is see if we can actually speed up the derailleur a little bit. What I've done is I've actually changed the pulley on this one. So right here is the pulley mechanism. Now the thing with this is you can see this is off of an SX. You can see the pulley is a different size. This pulley here, little mechanism, is actually from the Ratio Technology company. It actually changes the pull ratio of this rear derailleur to be what a road SRAM rear derailleur is. So what pull ratio is basically whenever when you're shifting gears with like a regular derailleur and regular shifter, when you click the button and you pull the cable, this is almost a 1-to-1 ratio, which means for every 1 millimeter of cable movement at the shifter, your rear derailleur moves 1 millimeter. Okay, so now in the past with like the older Shimano stuff, you actually had it where the difference was like, it was a 1.7 millimeter cable pull, which is quite a bit. But the thing is in the old days, you had 7, 8, 9 speeds, so you had larger speeds trying to take up a larger area. So you needed that rear derailleur to move more distance on each pull. Okay, but now that we have we're cramming in 12 speeds. Now all these derailleurs that are for mountain biking are at a 1-to-1 ratio. So it's a 1.1 millimeter per pull for the current one. So if we can speed up the pull ratio of this, then obviously when you shift and this pulls this screw and pulls the cable, it's going to shift a little quicker in theory. Now, like I said, I did put this on here, which changed this pull ratio from 1.1 millimeter to 1.3 millimeter. So just a little bit, and I can tell a little bit of a difference when I'm riding it. It's a little quicker than the regular pulley here. Now, I have a new idea. Wolf Tooth has what is called the Tan Pan. This is a device that actually changes the pull ratio of your rear derailleur to run like a Shimano road shifter with a mountain bike rear derailleur. And the reason why they did that is so that obviously you can mull it out a build, and have a 1x setup with it with a lot of range. Now the Tan Pan, the thing is with that, it only goes up to like 0.4 millimeter longer pull. So the idea I had is actually one of these. This actually is made for V-brakes, and whenever you try to run a V-brake with like road shifters and you're trying to, or road brakes and you're using them, the pull ratio, you have to pull it really far before the actual V-brakes close. This is what takes up that slack. Okay, what this does is it changes the pull ratio, it basically doubles it. So it goes from 1 millimeter to 2 millimeter of movement. So this is going to change this where this moves further per pull with the shifter. So we're going to get it on there. As you see here, this is not going to be able to work right here because this part hits, and I was thinking like maybe I could route it over this way, but the problem is there's the pulleys in the way. So I do have to figure out something with this, how to get this out of the way. or set this up with like a road, the cable coming out of the back like a road rear derailleur, you know. So that's another thing too you can do with this, is you could take like a CX1, put a longer cage on it, and then you have the loop coming around this way. So we'll have to see. I have to see if I can switch that around or find another derailleur. But we're set up here with the little adapter right here. This is also, you can find these with problem solvers. It's called the travel agent is what they call it. But this is a cheap Chinese knockoff from Light Pro here that I got for I think about 15 bucks. But let's run through the gears. You should be able to see that I have a little light here that you see when I press the button, it'll shift it. So that way it'll give you an idea of how quick it is shifting. All right. So here we go. Wrong button, sorry. That's pretty fast. Some of these gears I don't have them tuned just right, so. Like that. I went through those quick. All right, I'm gonna go through the gears a little quicker this time. Yeah, that's really quick. Yeah, it's much quicker than holding the button down. So if you just tap them real quick, you go through the gears super fast. I'm going to tap them real quick again. Yeah, that was fast. All right, so definitely looks like it's a lot quicker. Okay, so what I did was I actually got it set up here. This is a SRAM SX rear derailleur, which actually the cable comes in through the rear here, so you can see actually I was able to get it where it clears and it's not actually rubbing here, and the cable runs through freely. The little I don't know what you call this, little pulley thing at the bottom here under it, was not able to switch it to the road version with this type of rear derailleur, but it's still going to be quicker than the other one. So let's run through some gears here just to give you. Okay, so there you go. You see the light there when I'm pressing it, and it's shifting. It's definitely quicker than the stock. It's not as quick as the other rear derailleur with the road little pulley on it. So I'm having issues with that cog there the whole time. But anyways. Let me dump through the cassette real quick. I'm going to go up from the 10 tooth all the way to the 50 as quick as I can. All right, ready? Here we go. Pretty good. I'm going to come down. All right, that's pretty good too. So now I'm going to go test ride it and see how it feels. It's late now, it's dark out. I may run down the driveway real quick. But I want to try to get on some single track soon and see if it actually improves the shifting. All right, I just ran it down the driveway, and it is definitely quicker than the stock setup. It runs through the gears very quickly. I would prefer to have the little bit quicker pulley that I have on the GX here. Right there, I'd like to be able to put that on the SX, but you actually can't replace that on the SX, unfortunately. So. But it works a lot better. Before, that was kind of a deal breaker for me with the Archer, was the slow shifting. But with this little hack there, it shifts great. So, all right guys, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button. Also share it with any of your friends who have the Archer shifter, and subscribe. That would be amazing. You have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.